Hello, Danvers. I'm Greg Dolan, the Executive Director here at DCAT. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Danvers Daily today. I am lucky to be joined by the chair of the Human Rights and Inclusion Committee, as well as many other things in town, one of the most generous, giving people in the community of Danvers, Mr. Djoko. D, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
So today we're going to talk about Juneteenth, and it's a relatively new federal holiday, right? So the first year it was officially a holiday was 2021. So I think there's some people who maybe don't understand the history of Juneteenth and what it's all about. So maybe could you open by just explaining a little bit about what Juneteenth is and why it's celebrated?
Sure. In a nutshell, and again, we can take days to talk about this, but Juneteenth, just by the name, is a combination of the month of June and then teen, which is the 19th. So Juneteenth it used to be called known as Freedom Day, and the reason was because on June 19, 1865, Major General Granger arrived with 2,000 Union troops in Galveston, Texas, and read General Order Number 3. And what was General Order Number 3? It was to inform the people of Galveston, Texas, that the Civil War had ended 2.5 years earlier, and that all the enslaved people were free. And they did not know, right? So they had spent another 2.5 years enslaved without knowing that slavery had ended. And the announcement made it possible for over 250,000 people in the city to really have their freedom. And it used to be, and that's when they started calling it Freedom Day.
Yep.
And now we do call it Juneteenth.
Excellent. Well, that's interesting. That's the background I think a lot of people are looking for. And I know that in Danvers, there's obviously a big celebration. It's the third one. Like I said, so 2021 was the first year that it was a federal holiday. And then from that point, Danvers has been holding a celebration every year. So this year, the Juneteenth celebration will be in front of Town Hall.
It will be.
2 o'clock on Monday, the 19th, obviously.
That's right.
Indeed, what would people expect when they go down to this event?
It will be another great event. And as in the Human Rights and Inclusion community, we really strive to continue to put these events together so we can work together for a more equitable, inclusive, and just community, right? Because that is good for all of us. So this year we have a packed program, and we're gonna be getting some help from the North Shore Juneteenth associations. So we will have a poet, Judith Wilson, that will, open it up with some poetry. We're also going to have a speaker from the North Shore Juneteenth Association named Kasha Little. We will get some remarks from our Assistant Town Manager, Jen Breaker, our State Representative, Sally Cairns. Our school committee member, Gabe Lopes, will help us and lead us into the reading of the proclamation that was approved by the Select Board unanimously on June 6th, who is really calling upon the residents of Danvers to celebrate this holiday.
That's great, and I look forward to it. I'll be over there, and I know that I always say this, I encourage people to go, but if by chance you cannot be there, DCAT will be there to film.
That's right.
So you'll be able to watch it after the fact, but I strongly recommend going because a lot of these community events are just part of the appeal is being there in person, seeing your neighbors, and having that sense of togetherness that you don't really get from watching the video. And that's probably the first and only time I'll tell you to not watch a video on DCAT. But I think it's important to know that being there with people is such a huge part of the event, and it's great to see your neighbors and support being a more inclusive community.
That's right. And you can go and watch the video after. Right?
Yeah, it's true. You can relive your favorite parts. You can enjoy the highlights. Yeah, exactly.
And I forgot to mention, we'll have some music. We'll have a DJ. Some snacks and refreshments as well. We really encourage people to come and celebrate this. It is not a very known holiday, but it is very important for our community to continue to celebrate these holidays because it commemorates the African American freedom, education, and achievement, and also give us the opportunity as a community to reflect and plan for a better future.
Yeah.
So I encourage everyone to come.
I'm looking forward to it, like I said. So we have some photos that we just cycled through from previous celebrations this year. Just one more time to reiterate, because previously it was at the library, at the pavilion, but this year it will be in front of Town Hall, Monday, the 19th, at 2 o'clock p.m., So be out there, look for Dee, look for myself,
That's
look
right.
for your friends, look for your neighbors. It's going to be a great time to get together and celebrate a very important holiday. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching Danvers Daily. Thank you, Dee, for everything you do in town.
Thank you.
This day we're specifically thanking you for Juneteenth, but we know that you give back a lot to your community, so we appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much for watching, and see you all on Monday the 19th at 2 p.m. at Town Hall. Thank you.